just one of those days you don't want to get started. Even though you had a nice early jump on things, you don't want to get started. But yeah, if you press the button, then you get started. I got nothing. I'm tempted to go with the like quiet day again, meditation day workout. Um, yeah, guess got enough sleep. Guess I been keeping I think I skipped out on doing my scar workout. Didn't even like mean to. It wasn't like I'm skipping that, but it was like at some point I was like, shit, I've been busy all the way until I'm passing out. Fucked, you know? So it just didn't happen. Got a good walk in, got a good workout otherwise in, but yeah, it's tough. Just got this one spot left on the scar that's very dense with scar tissue. So trying to work on that, get it broken up. I would say like looking at the scar, it's been a while. Looks gnarlier up here, but it really when you look at it in real life, it doesn't really look all that different. But when it comes to the scar, that little spot down near the bottom was definitely like when I saw how they did the stitching, it was like that spot just looks a little different, and it's the one now. It's the one place on the whole scar that's taken the longest to kind of normalize and heal up, and has the most scar tissue. I don't know that there's much you could really do about that. You just gotta. It could be that spot is important, or that's I don't know anything about suturing surgery wounds and stuff, so I don't want to be too picky. But it did seem like, hey, this is a little off here, and what are you going to fucking do? Do you drive back to the hospital and like resuture this? You did a shit job. And maybe you should. You'll be stuck with it forever. I think massaging this has it making progress and it's looking better. So I think in the end, it's difference isn't going to be as extreme as it looks right now. But it is like a lot of work on the back end to fix up what looked like a minor performance issue in the suturing department. Kind of complainy. I don't want to complain. I'm pooped. We've discussed doing a Wolfenstein recording tonight, and I don't have the energy right this second. It might come to me over the evening as I relax throughout the day, but right this minute I'm like, meh. Don't wanna do it. It would be one of those things I would suck it up. Like maybe we could do a short one or something. Get in and see how the game starts and check it out that way. That'd be okay. We could probably handle that. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think I just got to bed too late, even though I got plenty of rest. And so everything just seems like a chore. Actually got a IT gig coming up this week. If I can close it out, that would be nice. Got to schedule it around the wife's day off. She's not used to me just not being around for the days off. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know if I've mentioned. I'm gonna. These stretches and such are for the wound. The air push-ups are for scapular work. Keep my core, get my core up, get the scapula a little more engaged. Like I think I mentioned the other day, like having the arm up for a long time, having the arm lamed up and then repaired and sitting there like a good boy, really hit the stability in my right side of my body, as they keep calling it, the stability. So like if I was going to do curls and stuff, I'm like lazy about it. I like curl with just the arm. It's like, if you could use your whole body, you got a lot more power there. So for some reason, all that downtime sort of trained me into being really lazy with the arm. I notice it much improved since they've been helping me with it. But it's just the point being to discuss it. It's not a particular bicep reattachment surgery exercise. We've moved on to doing some explosive muscle PT at I was gonna say at work. It is kind of like at work at the physical therapist's office. It was mostly just throwing a slightly deflated rubber ball at the wall and catching it from about 8 feet away, maybe 10 at the most. So you got to huck it pretty good to get it to bounce back to you. And if you haven't like done it in a while and your arm's had surgery, you're like, bing, boom, boom, bing. The thing's all over the place. You're like, God, I'm a clumsy jerk. But yeah, by the end of the day, it was like, oh, I've gotten back into the swing of this to some extent. You know, I'm not like bouncing it off constantly all over the place. So, like, good stuff there, because you got to build some regular strength, which is what we're doing here with these videos, and then you got to build fast muscle, and then you got to build explosive muscle. So I assume explosive muscle would be on the level of like throwing a punch or like trying to catch something real fast as you drop it or something. You could probably do explosive throwing too. The throwing we're doing isn't quite that big. There's probably not really like a solid definition between the two. Like this much force is explosive or whatever, but I think they're probably just describing it as like faster and faster. So it's like fast and explosive and strong and slow. So I'm really glad we're getting into that, because I'd love to get some just real workout strength building exercises going again. I swear the arm is just like, it's like aching to work out. It's like itching, like hey man, we're not really doing anything anymore. Let's like work that thing out. I was definitely getting that early on when I was just in the cast and sitting around a bunch, and it was like, you know, hey man, I'm just sitting here, what's going on, you know? And that was on top of, in fact, that was before the surgery. Even before the 3 weeks before the surgery, it's clearly as atrophied a situation as it could get, as far as that like targeted distal bicep area. When, you know, it was just sitting there, it had come off the bone, and there was no real way to engage it. And I could just feel, I don't even know if it's psychosomatic or what, but I could just feel it was like, it wants to do stuff and it's not doing stuff, and it's getting weaker, and I could feel it like aching, like not aching in a real bad way, but it's just sort of like an itch, like, hey man, I'm not really getting to do much. Kind of like if you sit around all day and then you start moving, you're like, oh, this feels good. You know, maybe something in that oeuvre, in that genre, in that sense. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm talking and I'm essentially running out of breath, although I think I'm really powering through these exercises looking at the timer. Yeah, that's wild. I'm going real fast. My therapist did mention that like at PT I was going quick. And I was like, huh, like I didn't think I was going quick. The funny thing was, the small way I could be going quick was I wasn't. I tried to do a 10 to 15 second cool down if I'm having to do the same exercise in a row. Here I'm switching hands, so I don't feel like I need to switch hands and then sit there with it in the other hand. So I tried to do 15 seconds, but I was doing like 10 seconds for some of the ones that were like, they were just easier. Like you got these rubber bands you pull and stuff. And those just don't challenge me. So I was like, maybe I could get a little more challenge out of them by doing them quicker with less downtime in between. So maybe it was like a little bit of that, because instead of 15 seconds, I was waiting 10. That must feel a lot faster. You're watching someone for 15 seconds, like, are they ever gonna like start up again? And 10 seconds feels about right. Like, okay, he got his little rest in, and here he goes. So I might go for a more reasonable walk today. I got a good one in yesterday. I want to be in some good shape for recording tonight. So hopefully some Wolfenstein. I'd like to see the beginning of the game and then maybe take the rest of the night lighter. And then tomorrow, catch up with Cray and stuff. And then it goes on and on and on like that. So excellent, guys. Hang in there, and I'll see you tomorrow.